All right, welcome to Spitbucket. We're here in one of the most extraordinary places I've been for a long time, at the Yealands Estate. Peter Yealands, welcome to Spitbucket.
Thank you.
Now, this actually started less than a decade ago, and you've got one of the most extraordinary estates around.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Coming out here to Seaview, which is just in the Awatere Valley. Came out in 2002 and got stuck into it. And basically started developing rolling hills in Marlborough using a specialised GPS system that enabled us to, and we did it on a grand scale. Got excited, got carried away.
You certainly got carried away.
Had a good team and good people, and essentially, we bought one farm, 140 hectares, and didn't stop. We carried on doing a total of 8 farms. Ended up with an estate of about 1,150 hectares in total, 1,000 of it's in vineyard, about 850 of it's actual vineyard, and the rest is headland, and got a good range of varieties.
So
yeah.
You're in the Awatere Valley. That was obviously a deliberate decision.
Yes, too right, and not only the Awatere but the Seaview itself.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I mean the ocean's just a stone's throw across there.
Yep.
Now you're saying the wire used for the vines, 4,000 kilometres. The rows of vines are 4,000,
Yeah. Yep.
and the wire could go around the equator.
Yeah, we don't highlight that too much because we don't want to be seen as a giant or a conglomerate or anything. We're just a nice little vineyard.
A little boutique,
Yeah, a little boutique vineyard, yeah. But no, it is big, and it's marvellous having a vineyard that's right bounding the cliffs of the sea.
Yeah.
We don't have frost here.
Yeah.
It is. So, it'd be one of the most picturesque vineyards around. So, pretty chuffed. Yeah, we built the winery throughout 2007.
And it's a spectacular winery.
Yep.
Even if we couldn't find it.
Yeah, well, where are you from?
Massive thing we drove around for.
Well, the winery was designed to actually blend into the countryside, so an Aussie could be excused for not finding it. So I won't hold that against
Thank you.
But
Now, what's the breakup?
the breakup, or the makeup, if you like, is about 700 hectares of Sauvignon. We've got roughly 100 hectares of Pinot Noir, and about the same with Pinot Gris. And then the remaining 100 hectares is a bit of a fruit salad, if you like. We've got Viognier, we've got Tempranillo, we've got a bit of Gruner, we've got Riesling, we've got Gewürz. I don't know if I've missed any, but that's not a bad. It's good. It's challenging for the winemakers. It creates a bit of interest, and look, some of those varieties are doing fabulous.
Peter, thank you so much for coming to Spitbucket.
Pleasure.
It's great to have you. We're going to talk with Tamara about the wines.
Yeah, well, at least she knows what she's talking about.
Righto. Well, now, tell us a bit about the winemaking here.
Look, Ken, I mean, it's been a really interesting project right from the start because, of course, starting from scratch, with a clean page, if you like.
Yep.
So for me, it's been really challenging, but it's been great just to see every year the evolution of the vines, the fruit, and subsequent wines.
Because you're working with young vines at the moment.
Exactly. Still working with young vines. I mean, there's so much to learn still, but I'm really happy with what we've achieved so far, especially with the varietals Peter's planted and where he's planted them on the vineyard. Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Gris, great, Pinot Noir, but also Riesling, and even the Tempranillo, which I was quite shocked when I found out I had to make a Tempranillo in such a cool climate, but yeah, it doesn't turn out too bad actually. So
okay, now we're in one of your Pinot blocks. We've been walking around and there's grapes all over the ground. Can you explain that
That's a really nice site actually for a winemaker. You like to see that.
Okay.
No, in terms of, this is a younger block of ours, Pinot Noir, and we thought that there was just a little bit too much fruit on the vine for the age of the vine and the balance. Also, there's been some uneven ripening.
Okay.
So any of the bunches
The sort of hen and chicken thing?
Yeah, a little bit of hen and chicken, but also the uneven ripening. And with red grapes, you can see that quite easily with the grapes that haven't changed colour or partially green. And so hopefully we'll have a nice even crop.
Yep.
We'll probably look to harvest, hopefully in 4 or 5 weeks or so, this block.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Now, well, we're in the Pinot vineyard.
Yes.
It seems only appropriate
We should try some,
Okay.
absolutely.
We'll take our wires and here we go. Imagine that, finding a bottle just there.
Look at that. I don't know where it's crazy.
Now you've got the carbon neutral or carbon zero
we have.
program, and you're working towards sustainability, or you're already sustainable?
Yeah, it's Peter's been his philosophy right from the outset, right from inception of the whole project really to create an environment from a holistic approach in terms of right from the vineyard through to the winery, through to getting the wine wherever in the globe.
Well, you're starting to touch on aspects of biodynamics. Do you look
No.
at that? No.
We don't. We're not looking at biodynamics at this stage, but it is something that I
Organics?
myself am interested in.
Yep.
We are trialling a small block in organics.
Okay.
A very small area, and we'll see how that goes. But it's more, as I said, more the holistic approach about energy efficiency and pretty much putting in more than we take out.
Right.
Shall I pour?
Absolutely.
There we go.
So the Yealands Estate is the pinnacle.
Yes, and in some years, and although we're still very young, obviously, but for the future, if one certain variety produces this amazing little parcel, I'll make that into a reserve type of wine.
Yep.
Like in 2009, we made a Sauvignon with barrel ferment and wild yeast, malolactic fermentation, which so it's quite a big
bit
bodied,
of the sort of
structured.
dog point to cocoa sort of.
Kind of not
to a
only
degree.
35%, so probably
Okay.
not. I mean, I think that's more even.
Cocoa's
It's
very
the
extreme.
full on. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. This is great.
There's some sort of lovely red berry characters.
Yes. I mean, obviously we are cooler here in the Awatere compared to the other sub-regions. So tending to get, what I've seen so far, I mean it could all change this vintage, but yeah, lots of red fruit, cherry, also lovely savoury notes coming through as well. I think
Very much towards the end you get that
quite a lot of
character.
structure, yeah.
It's lovely wine, yeah.
I think this is very much true to the variety.
Oh, now, there's not a lot of oak coming through or evident on that. How do you do the oak?
Well, with this wine in particular, the fruit was very delicate and I loved the aromatics on the wine. So I was quite careful in not to use too much oak, and of course, because our winery is relatively new, we don't have the older stock, or the stock of older oak. So for this wine, most of the oak was first year and second year, so I needed to be careful not to overdo it. So it's actually about 40% of this wine has been in oak.
Okay.
For about 8, some portions sort of 8 to 10, some even 12 months before we blended. The rest just made in tank.
Quite a bit of grip at the end as well, which is sort of, it's a bit deceptive. You don't expect it with that sort of aromatics, and then you get to the end and it's got the world is our Spitbucket today.
Yeah.
As long as you don't spit on Clive's machine, we're okay.
I was just thinking, the wind's coming from this way, so.
Oh, no, that's terrific. Oh, thank you. And now, so you released in 08?
No, we didn't.
Oh, so this is the first wine.
It's the first Pinot made under the Yealands Estate range.
Oh,
we
there
did
we go.
release in 08 under Yealands, which is our range, sort of more entry level.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fine. Tamara, thank you so much for coming on Spitbucket. Any questions
No worries,
people have
thank
got
you,
about
Ken.
this extraordinary estate that's come out of nowhere, as it were, and is now just amazing. It's definitely, if you're coming to the area, you've got to come out and visit this place. It's just amazing. It really, it just needs better signage to find the winery.
Exactly. We don't want anyone to find us, otherwise we'll just be swamped with hundreds and
Well, Clive
thousands of
had
people
a bit
maybe.
of trouble. We ended up down knocking on a small woodshed. Anyway, so if anyone any queries, I think please shoot them in. We'll pass them on. And remember, we spit so you don't have to. Cheers.
cheers. Thank you.